Hi guys, I'm back on my National Trust quest and we're going to be heading out to Clumber Park. It's 3,800 acres of parkland to explore, a giant chapel, plenty of wildlife, a lake and a nature trail. And most of all, we'll be heading down there because I really want to see the famed walled kitchen garden. But before we go anywhere, I've got to change this hoodie and clear out the back of the car because it is an absolute tip in there. So we better get cracking. So I've got walking shoes in the car. You can see the amount of junk I've got in here at the minute. So I've got to get some of this out. Oh my god, I'm going to stay in the car. I don't think there's any fish in there, but we'll leave it in the mouth. Right, I'll see you guys in the park. Okay, so we've made it down to Clumber Park. It's actually quite busy down here today, a lot of people. But just a little note, just as you come in, because we're National Trust members, they do, if you've got two cards, they want to see both of those because they can actually claim back £3.50 each time they scan a card. So Clumber Park's actually set across 3,800 acres of parkland. So there's plenty to see and do here. From bike riding, walking your dog, there's even a woodland play area for the kids. Fun little fact, it's also home to the National Rhubarb Collection. Who knew? Who knew that was a thing? There's plenty of different walks you can do around here as well, so there's lots of areas to choose from. It is quite busy, so again, you probably the car park is quite busy, but there is plenty of parking. There is also a place for caravanning around here, so you can I think it's like a caravan club, so I think there might even be camping, so I'm going to look into that because this might be quite a cool place to come back to. And there's Mrs. Outdoors. I've got a feeling most of the shots from my chest camera is just going to have my hands in it. So the chapel behind me is St. Mary the Virgin. Let me just adjust the camera so you can get a full view. There we go. It's a pretty cool looking building. I think it's, so I was reading, it's to do with Gothic revival. And it was built in, you got it on your phone. You just got it on your phone.
I've got the birth date and death date of the architect.
All right, so when did the architect die?
1902.
1902 the architect died. So it's got to be before 1902 then. Presumably, unless it's like local planning permission, then it probably could have only just been built put the permission in 1902 and they built it last week. Right, so let's go and have a look at the chapel of the Virgin St. Mary?
Chapel of St. Mary the
Oh,
Virgin.
we're going to go and look at the chapel of St. Mary the Virgin. Is that right? Yes. We'll go and check it out. Obviously, as everyone knows, I'm really good on my history. I'm trying to use Wikipedia just to make these more interesting, but I can't read. So I would have actually taken you inside, but it's closed for cleaning and stuff like that at the minute, so we're going to skip that. I'm going to make my way down a little bit further and we're going to try and find this walled kitchen garden. There's also plenty of facilities here as well, so you've got toilets, stuff like that. But we're actually in the Discovery Centre, so we'll have a little look around here and see what we can find out. The area where you've got all the little cafe and stuff like that, quite busy. There's a little shop there as well where you can sort of buy National Trust gifts and bits like that. But the actual house that used to, well, the big manor house that used to be here actually burnt down quite a long time ago. So you can actually see some of the, it's got a little map of where the rooms and everything used to be just as you walk in there. We've got an absolutely great day for this as well. The sun's shining, it's not too cool, it's just the right temperature. So before we go any further, I'm actually going to head back, grab a cup of coffee, and then we're going to continue exploring Clumber Park. So we're just stopping, just having a quick cup of coffee, not too bad. £3 of coffee, thank you Mrs. Outdoors for treating me to that. And the coffee's not too bad actually. So we're just going to sit by the river for a minute, finish this up and carry on. It's been a rubbish couple of weeks as well because I wanted to get back out shooting some videos last week. I sort of had a flu type thing, so that kind of knocked me for 6. It's nice just to get out and clear the cobwebs off. And with the sun out, getting some vitamin D, definitely helping things. When you get a coffee when you're out on these kind of walks, I just have black coffee, nothing else in it. And they give you these little paper cups, absolutely scald your hands. So, quite interestingly, it's sad because the main house isn't here anymore, and it was after a number of fires. So they had one, rebuilt it, and then there was another, and then it ended up getting demolished, and obviously what's left is what we've seen earlier on in the video. But obviously it's all gone to good use. So we've got a look in here. What's in this little foresty bit? Oh, it's some like wooden deers or something. Just look, I'll show you. That's pretty cool. Squirrel in a tree there. It's quite plump.
Is that a real squirrel or is it stuffed?
No, there's 2 of them. There's two real. Is it stuffed? Yeah, they just put a couple of stuffed squirrels in the tree. That really lure people in. Okay, let's go check it out. On the path to the walled kitchen garden, and the main reasons sort of we come here because it was mentioned when we were looking for some National Trust places to go. That was one of the first things that caught my eye. So it'll be interesting to see what it's all about. So just to the side of me over there, they've got some of those little lean-to wooden teepee things. And normally I'd go and climb inside them because I'm a big child. But there's loads of people around. And I think big grown man messing around with a load of twig-built shelters. Just looks a bit weird really. But maybe later when no one's around, I can get away with it then. The temperature's starting to drop a little bit now. It's been really nice, but just got a bit cooler. It's not too bad. I'm pretty well wrapped up and we can continuously walking, so staying nice and warm. The only thing is, there doesn't seem to be any bins around here. So I finished my coffee a little while ago and not found anywhere yet I can chuck it. Which is quite surprising. I thought I'd have a few more sort of stations like that. And apparently the wall got, oh well, there's a wall. I'm presuming there's a garden behind it. Or it's somebody's house. No, look at someone's house. It did say come down here. I don't think they want me going in their garden. As nice as I am. So we've got some pear trees down the side there, if I look at it. Apparently, they're pear trees. of it. Sparse, don't they? That looks like something, if I was trying to grow, that's how it always ends up. Any plants in our house that we've bought in, think, yeah, they look lovely. The trees, they always end up looking like those. As I say, I love the outdoors. I'm just not very green fingered. Okay, there's an entrance just down here. We've actually just made it to the walled kitchen garden. Open from 10 till 4. Dogs on lead to welcome. Let's go and have a look. Well, I guess we come at the wrong time of year. It's looking, I mean, if this was my garden kitchen, oh, there's a few little apple things over there. But, yeah. Doesn't look like going to be having much fruit and veg this year. So again, it's a really big, obviously, garden area. And obviously this time of year, I imagine there's not much going on. And it's nice, there's actually some volunteers over there just doing a bit of planting. It looks really nice, and I bet it looks even better when you come here and it's all in bloom and there's loads of things on the trees. Obviously we're coming in January, it's winter, it's horrible. But was it worth the trip to come and see this garden? Probably not this time of year. However, the grounds itself are really, really nice. I'm not sure if you can actually go in the greenhouse. It looks like there's a few people in there. Maybe they've got some things going on in there. So let's go and have a look at that. So, Apple store. Doesn't smell very nice. A bit weird. Oh, it might be these plants up here. Well, obviously this is the Apple store, and there's a few apples. There's a few, not many. Maybe they're all sold out. Maybe they're that delicious. You can actually buy seeds to grow your own as well. So the volunteers have been collecting up the seeds and selling them for £1 a packet. That's not too bad. So if you have green fingers, you can grow them. Get some from here. As you can imagine, there's also a bit of a musty smell in here. It's quite nice, and it's a really cool little building. They've got all these drying out just above you, but it's quite a cool place to come around Christmas time as well. And there's Mrs. Outdoors just shooting all the B-roll for me. Oh, it's like all the old tools and stuff like that. I thought that thing in the back there was an old-fashioned fidget spinner for a minute. So you've got all the shovels and stuff like that, so. I mean, again, to be fair, all these old tools and stuff like that gives you a real idea. Obviously, you know, I think a lot of these are perhaps still used, look after the grounds themselves. Some of them maybe not, some of them look a bit worn. This fella here, I think he's missing a handle. It gives you an idea of obviously a lot of the stuff they used to use, which I find quite interesting, considering nowadays obviously everything's electric and a lot more efficient. You used to have to put a lot of elbow grease in back then. To see some of the weight of these things. But it's really interesting. It's nice to see, sort of skip back in time, just to see, the sort of stuff they used to use looking after these grounds. They're looking pretty green, but I mean, I love visiting these kind of places. I find this sort of thing really interesting. I hope you guys find it interesting too. And there's so many different places around the UK, which, you know, national trusts and non-national trusts that, you know, really give you an insight into England's past and some of these massive stately homes and, you know, the grounds that they all come on. It's, you know, it's nice that we're still preserving a lot of this and keeping it all going. And that's why I like doing what I do. I love sharing these kind of things with people who enjoy, you know, history, who like enjoying the outdoors as well. And also doing this for people who necessarily maybe can't get out. People who, you know, don't have the opportunities to travel to these places or may not find them accessible. If I can get out and I can try and show you guys around a little bit, give you guys an idea of what's out there. Hopefully it inspires you to come out and see these places. But if you can't get out and see them, then hopefully me sharing this with you is a nice little break just out of the norm. So there's still a bit more of the grounds I want to check out. Also still got to find a bin to get rid of this because I've been holding on to this now for about 20 minutes. And again, just can't find a bin. Anyway, we are losing a little bit of light now just because obviously the days are a little bit shorter. But to be honest with you, you know, absolutely great location. I want to come back again, especially in the summer, but I can imagine it'd be absolutely heaving then. Maybe probably bring a picnic or something next time. And I'm hoping to get the tent box fixed back on the car tomorrow because I've got a few ideas for some camping I want to start doing. Plus I just want to get back out. Oh, what are these things? I've just seen something interesting. It looks a little bit more alive over this other side, so let's just have a quick look before we leave. What is that?
Kale.
Ah, okay. Well, the kale looks quite healthy. Not much of it, but it looks quite healthy. Oh, and some more rhubarb. Obviously part of the rhubarb collection, I'd imagine. And it's called little greenhouses. There's apparently some asparagus here. I mean, pink lady slipper. Radish. Oh, okay, radishes. Oh, Savoy cabbage. I do like a bit of Savoy cabbage. Okay, so that was the walled garden kitchen. I'm slightly underwhelmed by it, to be quite honest with you. There's not much here in a minute, but I guess like I said earlier, we're not coming the right time of year. What do you think?
So rude.
I'm not rude.
It's lovely.
Yeah, I want to encourage people to come here. I'm not going to lie to them. It's like, I'll come see the amazing walled garden with all the luscious...
That's walled?
Yes, it is walled, but there's not much else going on here at the minute. Maybe they've eaten it all. It was hard. No, it wasn't even a hard winter.
It's January.
It's what?
January.
What, now it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what month it is. I'm just saying there's nothing here, is there? Yeah, maybe there will be in the springtime. It just looks a bit dead at the minute. I didn't say I didn't like it. Just being honest. Fresh produce from the walled kitchen garden. Oh, I've got some sprouts. I like sprouts. Nobody else seems to. And rhubarb, the famed rhubarb. So we've gone down a big loop, obviously walked all the way down by the river. We've been out to where the tea rooms are, and we've been to see the walled kitchen garden, which, all joking aside, was quite impressive, and it is a massive area. There's people hard at work in there, obviously planting and stuff at the minute. So definitely probably something you want to come back when the weather's a bit nicer and things are in bloom. I'm sure it's a lot more impressive, but this time of year it's just nice just to have a wander around, and it's nice just to see some of those old bits of the Apple store and stuff like that, and the old tools. So it's cool that, you know, these things are available for anybody to come and look at. I'm actually walking back up towards the car park now, and I think if we head through there, there's a little forest trail, which I'm just going to have a quick look round, because it's coming up to about 3 o'clock now, and we've had a good few hours of walking about. I'm feeling a bit better for it, and we managed to get a video out of this, guys. Well, hopefully, anyway. So we're just heading towards We're just heading towards the Ash Tree Hill Wood. I have to slow these things down because I can't say them. Hopefully, so far, you guys are enjoying listening to me ramble on while I'm out doing these walks. This is what really annoys me. I know there's no bins, but you couldn't have just held on to that. So I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to throw it in the bin. It's not mine, but I'm going to crush it down. And I'm going to stick that in the bin because I'm trying to look after these places. Well, I'm going to pass it to Mrs. Outdoors for a minute whilst I'm filming. But guys, if you're going to enjoy the outdoors, at least pick your rubbish up or don't just leave it there. Get rid of it. We've just made our way for this nice walk just through the forest, and it leads down a little bit further. We're gonna head down, probably spend another good 15 minutes just checking out what's about. But definitely somewhere I want to revisit in the summer, and it's definitely worth the National Trust membership I'm paying for. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please remember, if you can, like and subscribe. If you've got any suggestions for places that you want me to check out next, drop me a comment below. And until next time guys, remember, if you're not outside, get outside. This is why the tent box is handy, because I know roughly where I park, but usually if the tent was on top, I'd be able to see it.